So you spent the first 30 days figuring out what you're going to create. Now comes the part that either makes or breaks people. Actually creating it. Most people overcomplicate this phase so much that they never finish. But that's not going to be you, because I'm going to show you exactly how to create and perfect your digital product in the next 30 days. Welcome back to the 90-Day Digital Product Challenge. I'm Whitney, and this is part 2 of our 3-part series. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, make sure to go back and watch it because it covers days 1 through 30 where you validate your idea. Today, we're covering days 31 through 60, which is all about bringing your product to life. And I'm going to be really honest with you. This is where most people get stuck. They start overthinking it and they never finish. Or they rush through it and they create something that doesn't actually deliver value. But we're going to find that sweet spot. You're going to create something that you're proud of, that actually helps people, and that you can start selling by day 60. So let's get into it. Before we talk about the actual steps, I need to talk about mindset, because this is going to make or break the next 30 days. Done is better than perfect. And if you're in my course, The Passive Income Playbook, you have heard this a lot. This is one of my favorite things to say because it is so extremely true. And it's something that you need to keep in your mind. Your first product doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be valuable. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to want to add one more page. Redesign that page, rewrite that section, but at some point, you're going to have to ship it. I'm giving you 30 days to create this. That is it. And that timeline is intentional because it forces you to focus on what actually matters and let go of what doesn't. You're not creating a masterpiece. You're creating a version 1.0. And here's something that took me forever to learn. Your product is going to evolve. You're going to get feedback from real customers and you're going to make it better. So stop trying to make it perfect before anyone sees it. My biggest advice for you is create something valuable, put it out there, and improve it based on real feedback. That's how the best products are built. Okay, the pep talk's over. Now let's create this thing. So starting off on day 31 through 37, this is all about planning out exactly what's going to be in your product. We're not creating yet, we're just planning. Let's start with the end in mind. When someone finishes using your product, what will they have accomplished? What transformation will they have experienced? It's time to get your notebook out again and write that down. Get really specific. Then work backwards. What are all the steps that they need to take to get from where they are now to the outcome that you just wrote down? This becomes your outline. Each step is either a chapter, a section, a module, a template, and it all depends on what type of product you're creating. Now moving on to days 33 and 34. This is time for our content breakdown. So we're going to take each section of your outline and we're going to break it down further. If you're creating an ebook, what are the chapters and the subheadings? If you're creating a course, what are the lessons and the topics? If you're creating a template, what are all the components that it needs? Get granular here because the more detailed your outline, the easier the actual creation will be. Now we're going to gather resources on days 35 and 36. So ask yourself, and be sure to write this down. What do I need to actually create this? Maybe you need a Canva Pro account or a screen recording software. Do you need specific images or fonts? Do you need to buy a template to customize? Make a list of every single tool, resource, and asset that you need, and then go get them. Don't let I need to figure out what tool I need to use slow down your creation time, because it can happen. So now day 37, we're going to create a schedule. We're going to map out your next 16 days. Days 38 through 42, write all content. Days 43 through 46, we're going to design and format in Canva. Days 47 through 49, we'll record any videos that we might need. Days 50 and 51, we'll edit and polish. And day 52, well, that's the final review. Whatever your product needs, break it into chunks and assign them to specific days. This keeps you on track and it prevents overwhelm. Now it's time for week 6. Content creation. This is the week when you're going to start building momentum and actually create the thing. On days 38 through 40, we're going to rough draft everything. Don't edit as you go. Don't make it pretty just yet. Just get all of your content out of your head and onto the page. If you're writing, write messy. If you're recording videos, do rough takes. If you're designing templates, then create basic versions. The goal is to get everything created in a rough form first, because once it all exists, it's so much easier to refine. On days 41 and 42, we're going to look for content gaps. Now we're going to read through everything that you've created, and we're going to make sure that it flows. If there's any missing gaps, we're going to fill them. We're going to see if we missed anything important, and maybe we need to add another section, create an extra template, or record an additional explanation. On days 33 and 34, we're going to personalize it and make it your own. And this is what makes your product different from everyone else's. Add personal stories, include your own examples, use your unique voice, share your perspective. Even if you're creating a template, add instructions like it's coming from a real person, not a robot. Week 7 is where your product goes from rough draft to something you're proud to sell. On days 45 through 47, we're going to get into visual design. Now it's time to make it look professional. And here's the good news. You don't need to be a designer to do this. If you're using Canva, use their templates as your starting point. Keep your design clean and simple. Use consistent fonts and colors that match your brand. So for ebooks, make sure your headings are clear, your text is readable, and you have some visual breaks. For templates, make sure they're easy to use, clearly labeled, and visually appealing. For courses, make sure that your videos are clear, your slides are easy to read, and your materials are organized. Less is more here. Clean beats fancy every time. On days 48 and 49, we're going to pretend that your ideal customer is seeing this for the first time. So go through your product start to finish. Is it easy to navigate? Is it clear what they should do first? Are the instructions easy to follow? Does it flow logically? Make sure to fix anything that's confusing or clunky. And since you've looked at your template or your product so many times at this point, maybe ask a friend or a family member to go through it and give you their feedback. Now it's time for days 50 and 51. This is the time for details. We're going to check for typos, make sure that all of our links work, make sure that our formatting is consistent, and test any fillable fields. Watch your videos for any weird edits. Video editing is fun, but make sure to rewatch it. This isn't about perfection. This is about professionalism. You want people to focus on the value and not be distracted by sloppy mistakes or weird editing bits. Moving on to week 8. This final week is about making sure that your product delivers on its promises before you start selling it. On days 52 through 54, we're going to beta test. Find 3 to 5 people who fit your ideal customer profile and offer them free access in exchange for honest feedback. This could be friends, people in your audience, or people that you connected with during your validation phase. Give them access and ask very specific questions. Was anything confusing? What did you love? What was missing? Did this help you achieve the promised outcome? What would make this even better? So on days 55 and 56, we're going to look at the feedback that you got. Are there common themes? Did multiple people mention the same issue? You don't have to implement every single piece of feedback, but if several people are saying the same thing, then that's when you need to pay attention. Make the changes that will genuinely improve the product. Moving on to days 57 and 58, your product needs a few supporting pieces. Number 1 could be a quick start guide, how to actually use this. Number 2 could be a frequently asked questions. This is where you would answer common questions up front. Number 3 could be a welcome email. So what do people get when they purchase? These don't have to be elaborate, they just need to be helpful. And now we're wrapping this week up with days 59 and 60, and this is for the final check. Go through your product one last time with fresh eyes. Again, use a friend or family member here. Make sure that everything is exactly how you want it. And then you have to stop. You have to call it done because it's time to start selling this thing. So by the end of day 60, here's what you should have: a complete digital product that solves a real problem. Beta testing feedback showing that it actually works. It'll have a professional design that you're proud of. All support materials are ready to go. And you'll also have the confidence that this is valuable and ready to sell. And you've done it. You've gone from idea to actual product in 60 days, and that's something that most people never do. Now, the final 30 days are all about getting this product in front of people and making sales. And that's what we're covering in the next video, days 61 through 90, marketing and scaling your sales. Creating the product is only half the battle. You need to know how to sell it. And that's exactly what we're diving into next week. But first, make sure to celebrate this moment. You created something, and that's pretty huge. And if you want to see exactly how I create my digital products in Canva, including all of my design tips and templates, that's all inside my passive income playbook. The link is in the description. And if you found this helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss part 3. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the final video.